Hey, it's Olga here from olgadekterevo.com and Productivity for Scientists. You are listening to this and watching this video because you signed up to my free virtual lecture, the top 3 things that stop you from writing and completing your thesis and what to do about it, the lecture that I gave just a few days ago. And through the Q&A form, I have received quite a bit of questions, and I thought I'll take this opportunity now to respond to them. I'll keep this short and to the point, and especially because I have here company. It's my little baby girl, Anna. She's keeping me company. She's fast asleep, but she does make sometimes funny noises, so that you know. Okay. So I'll start by this first question from Salman from Pakistan, and he asked right at the end of the lecture, can you please repeat the 3 things in 3 sentences? And I think he meant the top 3 things that stop you from writing and completing your thesis. And those 3 things that we discussed during the lecture are, first, procrastination. The second one was your negative thoughts around your thesis, and the third was getting off track as you progress and move on with your writing, and what to do about them. So as I spoke during the lecture, with procrastination, it is really, first of all, to recognize that's your habit and your pattern, and it's human nature. And what you could do is, the advice I usually give to PhD students is to schedule the appointments with yourself. We call them writing rituals, and it's your sacred appointments. You know, you don't usually go and miss your appointments with a doctor or with your supervisor. You show up on time, prepared, dressed up a little bit, and with your thoughts gathered. So the same here, just schedule the sacred appointments, an hour and a half early in the day, and then an hour and a half late in the day, depending on your situation. Of course, if you have a job or other like lab work, that may be just going to be 1.5 hours once a day. And you just show up. You just show up with your thoughts gathered. You think about your PhD, you focus on it, and you don't do anything else. And that will help you with procrastinating, avoiding procrastination. So the second thing that's of the top 3 things that stop you from writing is your negative thoughts about your thesis. And this is a huge one. As I said in the lecture, it's 90% of your mindset that will help you write it and complete it. It's only 10% of your skills. So the mindset is hugely important when you write and complete your thesis. And you might have a lot of negative thoughts, and I went into details. I listed them all as I heard from various PhD students. And first of all, is to recognize them and say, I hear you, and you're not helpful anymore, and you just, you might think of some positive thoughts to think instead, and believe in your determination. That's a good one. And then just know what your very next step is and what your plan for your destination is. And you might experience some detours, delays and traffic jams, but you still know that you're making progress towards your destination. It's completing and defending your thesis. And the third one was getting off track as you move on and progress towards completion. So that was the third out of the 3 top things that stop you from writing and completing your thesis. And what to do about this is really to introduce some rituals and habits on a weekly basis and on a daily basis that help you to stay on track. And during the lecture, I spoke about the weekly summit, and I know some of you went to find it on my blog and download it. So just search for weekly summit on my blog. And that is a weekly habit that takes you only 30 minutes, but helps you stay on track. And during the day, just remind yourself, okay, am I getting busy? Or am I doing something that will bring me closer to completion of my PhD? So I hope that answered the Salman's question from Pakistan. The second one was anonymous question, and the person wrote, "What about the feeling I hate all about my thesis because it has turned me into a wreck and stolen my life from me?" Sounds pretty harsh, but it's not individual to this person. I heard it again and again, and sometimes not as harsh, but quite difficult stories. And I hear you. You do sound frustrated, hurt. You feel like a wreck. You feel like your life been stolen. And we have this space for this kind of sharing, this kind of feelings within the online course that I'm just offering, and it's starting on the 8th of April and goes over 3 months. And the course is for final year PhD students who have deadline soon, within the 3 months or a bit longer. And it's called Start Writing and Complete Your Thesis. There is space for this within this course where you can share this kind of feelings. We have a private forum where you can share that, and you also get a Q&A sessions with me twice every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. And that's where you can share the details of your situation so that I can answer and give you concrete tips. And here, that's what I would do first. I would listen to you sharing about your situation some more. What happened that you hate you all about your thesis? How did you turn you into wreck? What do you mean it's stolen life from you? I'll listen to this first. The second thing, I would ask you more facts about the situation. Is almost like, okay, let's set the drama aside and ask you for facts, and then we kind of list them, and this is going to give us a basis for me to help you to start building up on that and start moving forward, because you can move forward out of any situation. I've just worked with PhD student. I continue actually to work with her, but she just had her breaking point where she feels finally on track and she really sees her destination. She started her PhD 10 years ago, and by now she hated it. She couldn't see herself going back and looking at it, and just because of the personal situation, what happened in her life, she needed to take a break, and then she experienced some delays. And we just worked through 2.5 months. We've been working through her negative feelings again and again, and also I've been giving her concrete tips, about outline, about how to grow content. But on top of this, we talked a lot about mindset, and now she's like, yeah, I can see I'm on track. I will finish in 3 to 4 weeks. She can see if she continues at the same speed as she's doing now. So this is just great, and that's exactly what this online course is about. Me giving you concrete tips about outline and how to grow your content with your thesis, but constantly working through your mindset. And it's I also would say, what do you want to create in your life? Because your situation is just a reflection really of your actions, of your thoughts that you experienced earlier. Now you can start from scratch. You can start thinking, what do you want to create? And I can help you to just get it done and out of your way, this PhD, so that you can just forget about it and move on with the rest of your life. So I work with such students, and I love helping people who are in this situation. And I've been through a similar situation myself. On the second year, I hated my PhD. I just wanted to give up and not do it anymore. But that's kind of common second year blues many of us experience. In this situation, this person it really has it harsh, and I still believe that I can help you, and you can do it. You can do it if you just decide, make this decision to change it, and I can help you. I can give you step-by-step guidance, and you can do it. Okay? So I hope that inspired you and just gave you a possibility to just to see your life differently, with your PhD written and done and forgotten about it, and just moving on with your beautiful life. Okay? So we have also some questions that are concerned like writing and reading, like more practical stuff. And that's exactly where we got into details in the online course, Start Writing and Complete Your Thesis, the online course that I'm offering right now. It starts on the 8th of April, and it starts with videos like this. They are much shorter. They are just 6 to 10 minutes videos. They are very to the point, where I tell you, okay, this is how you do your reading, this is how you do your writing, and you just do it. They are proven tips that have worked for many PhD students. And I just want to give an answer. So the question from Christina in Edinburgh is, how can I speed up or focus my reading? And here is just a few tips from me. So first of all, what works really good is probably you feel like it's slow and unfocused because you have a lot of things that you need to read. So I'd suggest you restrict the number of papers you want to read. If you have hundreds of papers on a stack of hundreds of papers on your desk, just choose 5 or 10, and the most crucial, the most important, and just do them. So restrict the number of papers and restrict the time you spend on reading. Just say, I'll do this for half an hour today or for an hour tomorrow. And that will help you already a lot with your focus and speeding it up. And then you also can say, I will write a couple of sentences on each paper, like what is it about, what subjects they studied, what methods they used, what results they got, and what conclusions they drawn. And if you have it for all of your 5 or 10 papers, that's already going to be such a good start for you forming sentences and paragraphs around you, like literature review, or incorporating it into your discussion. Okay, and also a very common situation when PhD students say, I am not ready to start writing because I still need to do my reading. At some point you just need to say, okay, I'm ready to start writing, and I will learn everything I need as I move along. So you can start doing writing and reading in parallel. You can actually dedicate specific time for that. Okay, let's just move on and address this question by Shaikha from Manchester here in UK. And you're right that you do have problems with writing, and it lets you to be in stress all the time, and your progress is delayed too. So please, can you help me with any advice? Thank you. So yes, I totally want to give you a few very concrete and practical tips right now, but also want to say that's exactly what we focus on during this online course that I'm offering. Starts on 8th of April, goes through 3 months, and these are the questions we constantly go back to. How to, what are your problems with writing, so that PhD students that are in the course, they'll let me know concrete problems. They tell me what are the problems. Maybe they are stuck with forming paragraphs, and I give them concrete tips on how to overcome this, and how to make it less stressful for you and more enjoyable. I mean, you won't believe now, but the participants in the course now email me back and say that they do enjoy their writing. And about the progress, monitor your progress, feel your progress. This is very, very important point in the course as well. I suggest how to introduce statistics that you do feel progress. You just need to measure your progress, and then you will feel your progress. And that's going to be your first tip here as an answer to your question. And if you have a problem with writing, I really need to know what exactly the problems are. And just from general perspective, I can say, ask yourself, what is the absolute minimum I need to write in my thesis? What is the absolutely necessary minimum for it to be accepted by the grad office and to be read by external and internal supervisor? and for me to be admitted to the Viva. And this is really a question that you need to keep asking yourself, because we tend to get overwhelmed with thesis and just thinking, okay, I have to write so and so many words, so and so many pages. It's all not true. You just need to write the absolute minimum that's necessary, and you examiners will be grateful for your concise thesis. And you just need to fulfill the requirements. So have a walk to your grad office and ask them for the requirements and have it as your starting point. Okay? And if you say that your progress is delayed, introduce something that you can measure and monitor your progress. How many words you've written, how many figures you created, how many illustrations you've scanned, how many paragraphs you've written. Have those statistics and just measure it and share it with others. You have space to share it within the online course that is about to start, that I keep talking about. It's all the spaces created for that, so that you can monitor your progress and keep building up your momentum and continue moving forward. So these are all the questions related to the really writing up of your PhD thesis. And interestingly, we had several questions from not so final year PhD students. They are either from first year PhD students or those who are just about to enroll into a PhD program. And I just wanted to mention briefly here. So it's a question from Happiness in Manchester. And she asks, do you have courses for PhD students that are at the beginning of their PhD? And thank you so much for asking this. And so far it's really been my private coaching that's obviously open to all levels of scientists. And I'm about to create an online course as well, or online space for coaching. So watch the space and I'll definitely let you know. But thanks so much for inspiration. And another question from Happiness in Manchester is, do you think it would be helpful to start writing from first year? Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can assume a rule, 100 words a day. And you'll just be finding it so much easier to when you reach your third or fourth year. And always make a very good care, take a very good care of your first or second year or third year reports. And that's the system we have here in UK, where you're required to do these reports. Any conference talks or any presentations, just treasure them, because that's how we start our online course. With this 3-month online course that I'm offering now for final year PhD students. Dig it all out and plug it in your PhD thesis file. So if you started from beginning and you start treasuring it all and writing down all your thoughts and bullet points and comparisons, of course it will make it much easier for you later. And 100 words a day, and your thesis will be automatically written. Okay, good luck with that. And there was another from Claudia in Brisbane. Thank you for your tips, Olga. I really enjoyed your style. Might take you up on your offer as soon as I get admitted as a PhD student. I want to get it right the first time without going through all the troubles you have described. And thank you so much, Claudia. It's really nice to hear this, and I hope you have a fantastic experience of your PhD, especially if you get this support, the kind of support I offer from the start. But for now, I'm really addressing the final year PhD students. I know you have your deadline in 2013 and you might be just feeling stuck or sick of all it or overwhelmed of all of that. And just to let you know that help is here, and I'm all passionate about providing tips and giving all your free content in my lecture and in such Q&A sessions. And there is this online course as well. We are starting very soon, 8th of April, and there is still early bird offer that's valid until 28th of March. So don't delay to join me, and I can't wait to start working with you and show you how it can be done, and even you can enjoy doing that. Alright? Okay, can't wait to talk to you, and bye from me and from Anna, who happily slept through the whole Q&A session, and she doesn't want to be filmed. Right, bye, and have a good rest of the day. Bye for now.